Hello again. I'm going to give you the new explanation about the point 2 in the unit number 3, okay? Which is about the course and flow of a river. And which is the course and which is the flow of a river? The course is the path, the way a river has to pass by, and the flow is the amount of water that it carries the own river. Okay, so let's see. According to the course of a river are three different courses. You see the upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. And let's see how it's each one. Let's start with the upper course. What is the upper course? Well, you have to take into account that the upper course is where the river is near the source of a river, which is the place where the river burns. And well, it used to be located in mountainous areas, so where are steep slopes. So the river causes erosion as the river goes flows so rapidly down slopes. So the river causes erosion, as you can see in this image, and that means that it's transporting rocks and forms narrow mountain valleys. You see on this river how it's transporting rocks. The same in these other images. The rivers in the upper courses are flowing very rapidly and transport rocks and are eroding step by step the mountain. Okay, and now we are going to see the middle course. What it is about the middle course? Okay, it's much more flatter than the upper course. It's flatter, and well, the waters are flowing more slowly. It happens so steep slopes, so it's more slowly, and transports the same material, such as the same stones, but with less rapidly because it's slowly. And as you can see in this image and in this other image, the middle course, the river creates meanders, which are kind of bends, such as wind way of the river, wind course, creating bends only in flat areas. This is what we call meanders. Alright, and now at last go to the lower course. What it is about the lower course is where you have more abundant water, is where abundant water flows. Well, okay, this is the part where the river acquired tributaries. And what it is a tributary is the other little and smaller rivers which goes down to open to the main river. Okay, it would be the same as afluentes. Serían como afluentes del principal río. This is what we call tributaries. Alright? And besides tributaries, the lower course consists of mainly whenever the river ends in another river or whenever ends in the sea, is what we call the part river mouth. It is the mouth of the river whenever the river goes open to the sea or to the ocean. Apart from tributaries and the river mouth, there are some other main aspects to take into account in the lower course, such as the alluvial plain. What is the alluvial plain? Well, it's the flat area where the main river and the tributaries goes by. It's kind of a basin. You have studied what a basin it is. Well, it is the same, the alluvial plain, but appears kind of this example. Okay, this is a basin, and this is what we call an alluvial plain, where the main river passes by, and whenever the tributaries goes to the main river. Besides, we have an estuary. The estuary is the space, the part where what it happens, the river mouth, okay, is where the river mouth is formed, is created, and the river flows into the sea. Sometimes in the estuary, some rivers creates a delta. A delta is kind of a triangular area, kind of this sample, created because the river has transported sediments and rocks and are mounted in this triangular area. We in Spain have the most important delta, which is the Iberus Delta, el Delta del Ebro. Is a triangular area. And now we are going to see what it is about the flow of a river. As I said previously, the flow of a river is a very different thing. The flow is the amount of water that the river carries. And, well, that can vary depending on the time of the year. Depending on the time of the year, the flow of a river depends on the melting ice. Whenever the snow and the ice is melting, goes to the river and flows into the river. Overall, in the spring season. You can also, apart from ice and snow, you can also take into account the general precipitations, either snow or rain, apart from hail. Hail is kind of granizo, whenever ice is falling from the sky. So snow, rain, and hail are feeding the river flow. So if a river is in precipitating areas, would have more flow. But if it's in dry areas, would have less flow. As you can see, the rivers from the Mediterranean area has a less flow, as in the Mediterranean areas or in desert areas, the rain is less abundant, is less common. Even imagine, let alone the snow or the hail. So you have to take into account the river is only flowing whenever wet moments or wet weather is already current. So excepting from weather with wet moments, the rest of the year in the Mediterranean area and in desert areas, the rivers has a very low flow or are without water at all. So as you have realized, the flow of a river depends totally on the weather, if it's rainy weather or if it's dry weather. So because of that reason, we have rivers with regular flow. Regular flow means that has the same flow almost in the whole year, has the same amount of water in a whole year. Kind of this one in this image, which has the same water in the year. But if you have in dry spaces, you have irregular flow, because might be it's raining in spring or in autumn, but in winter or in summer is very dry weather. So that means the river won't have any water. So the flow of a river might be regular or irregular, as you can see. So in general, this is the most important aspects of the point 2 of the unit, the course and the flow of a river. So you know what is the course and what is the flow for you to know. The next day, as I said to you, I'm going to ask you about that. So I hope you know it. Bless you and good luck. See you next day.